Hi, everyone. David Aragona and Mike Beer here taking an early look at the top 10 contenders for the Breeders' Cup Turf. And with the Breeders' Cup right around the corner, you definitely want to check out the daily racing form packages that we've got available for the Breeders' Cup. You can save $38 of the value on either of the packages that we've got on offer, the VIP package or the Players package. The VIP package is the one that includes those clock reports that'll be put out by Mike Welsh and his team, where you can find out how these horses are doing training into the Breeders' Cup. That can be an invaluable resource for your handicapping. And also, we're recording this on Wednesday. When the pre-entries come out, the all access PPs for the pre-entries are included in both of those packages, Formulator, Timeform US, or PDF. So definitely check out these packages at shop.drf.com or by using that QR code on screen. Well, Mike, this is the final of the 14 videos that we're recording, taking an early look at these Breeders' Cup fields. And I wanted to save the turf for last because the matchup that was looming in this race, we were waiting for it to be confirmed by Aidan O'Brien, who was not quite sure initially after the arc if he was going to send Mini Hawk over here, but sounds like he will. That is the intention. She was pre-entered in the race, as was Rebels Romance. And while the Classic does get top billing on this Saturday card, there's a lot to look forward to in this matchup between two really good turf horses.
Yeah, really, really good. I mean, you feel like a 3-year-old filly would almost have to be at a disadvantage in a race like this. That's not the case with Mini Hawk. Her overall form is excellent, and she just took a tough beat as the favorite at the Arc.
Yeah, she ran a huge race in defeat in the arc. She made an early move to take the lead in deep stretch and just got run down at the end, but really put up a fight. And she handled softer ground that day, Mike, but she showed through the summer that she is just fine running over firm ground. Aidan O'Brien suggests that she might actually be even better on firmer ground. She certainly handled that in the Yorkshire Oaks 2-back, and it just feels like she's been getting better and better with every start, which you'd expect from a 3-year-old heading towards the end of their sophomore season. So she's going to be pretty formidable in this race, but she is going to get a real challenge from the former 2-time Breeders' Cup Turf winner in Rebels Romance. And we'll take a look at his most recent start when he prepped for this in the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic. And Mike, when you take a look at this horse's lifetime PPs, it's just kind of amazing. $14 million in the bank. He's won 20 of 29 starts all over the globe, and kind of feels like he's at his best in North America.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, they ship him around. He's run big races at a lot of different places, but man, it's like without fail when he comes over here, he shows up and runs really well. Of course, he's already won the Breeders' Cup Turf twice. Back in 2022, he won it, didn't make the race in 23, came back last year right here at Del Mar, won the race again. I mean, this horse, he's just, it's all right there for you on paper, man. There's nothing to really, expound about on his PPs. He's really, really good. He's been really, really good for a long time. And based on the race we just watched, he hasn't lost a step.
Yeah, I don't know how great of a betting race is this going to be, because it's kind of hard to look past these two favorites based on the class they've shown overseas and both here for Rebels Romance. But there are some other talented runners in this field if either one of the favorites stubs their toe. I mean, I could go down to the horse that I've got ranked third on my early morning line for this race at 8-1, Goliath. He ran a race back in the middle of 2024 that might put him a notch above even Mini Hawk and Rebels Romance when he won the King George back at Ascot in July of 2024 over some really nice horses like Blue Stocking, and Rebels Romance was actually third in that field. It just feels like Goliath hasn't quite gotten back to that form ever since then, although he is coming off a Group 1 victory in Germany last time.
I'm worried about that too. I mean, he was so impressive when he won that King George last summer. That was just, it was one of those races where you were just wondering, what's he going to do from here? He seemed like he was going to be really good. And obviously it hasn't quite worked out for him so far as a 5-year-old. Listen, maybe it's a good sign that they sort of got him back on track. Maybe found a little bit of an easier spot for him last time, but he did look good winning that race.
Lower down on this list, we've got some relatively lightly raced horses, maybe runners with a bit more upside than the likes of Rebels Romance and Goliath. Amalak, a horse who was 5 for 6 in his career, actually won the first 5 starts of his career before just missing in the Grade 1 Irish St. Ledger last time. That was going 14 furlongs, so he's actually turning back a little bit to go the 1.5 miles here. And Mike, this horse might be able to take another step forward.
Yeah, maybe he can. Yeah, it should be a decent price in this race too. I mean, I just really appreciate the way that they've just sort of steadily stretched him out in distance, moved him up in class, and he just kept handling everything they threw at him, and even ran fine last time. I don't think you want to be too concerned that he got beat going 1.75 miles.
El Cordobas is the other Godolphin Charlie Appleby runner in this race. He did win the Sword Dancer over the summer at Saratoga, but was no match for his stablemate Rebels Romance last time in the Turf Classic. Let's take a look at the second page of runners for this turf, the horses that we're expecting to be in this field based on the pre-entries, which did just come out on Wednesday. Redistricting another horse who finished behind Rebels Romance in that Turf Classic. Going further down this list, we've got some other horses from Europe that could be bigger prices. Ethical Diamond is a former hurdler for top jump trainer Willie Mullins, who has actually run well in the flat in his last couple of starts. So he's an intriguing wild card in this field. But Mike, you've got to give some respect to Gold Phoenix, the locally based runner from Southern California, who just seems to run the Breeders' Cup Turf every year. And he has not been disgraced the last couple of times he's tried it, finishing fourth in 2023 and fourth again in 2024.
Yeah, no doubt. He's run really well in this race. Listen, we have a few American horses on this second page here, and this is just a really hard race for the American horses to win. Gold Phoenix deserves a lot of credit for finishing where he did in this race the last 2 years. But again, the American horses are really up against it, going this distance against top class European horses.
Yeah, we can roll some tape of Gold Phoenix winning his prep race, the John Henry Turf. This was at Santa Anita. One thing you could say about Gold Phoenix, though, is he does seem to really elevate his game at Del Mar. I think he's won the Del Mar handicap for something like 3 or 4 years in a row. He's just a horse that really seems to like that course and handles the 3 turns, which is why he's run so well in the Breeders' Cup Turf over the past couple of seasons. So we'll see if he's able to be competitive against a field that is quite this tough. But, Mike, they're all going to have to get around these 2 likely favorites, Mini Hawk and Rebels Romance. It's a matchup that I imagine a lot of handicappers and racing fans will be looking forward to on Breeders' Cup Saturday. And looking ahead to the Breeders' Cup, you definitely want to stay tuned to the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel. Subscribe to not miss any updates and developments that we've got coming over the next week or so. And also leave us a comment down below to let us know who you like in this Breeders' Cup Turf. Mini Hawk, Rebels Romance, or maybe somebody else.